where and how this idea of bioagents or animals and humans, used as agents or experimental agents for various purposes, and then it is turned into weaponization, as you have mentioned in your the Japanese Unit 731 case study. So how would you see, and when and where do you think India first time featured in this entire game?
Uh, to answer your question, I'll give you a small example of Unit 731 itself. Till 1925, as I mentioned, biological weapons were not very, so to say, popular, right? Because the bacteria are very fragile. So you cannot really put them inside a bomb and just drop the bombs, because the biological agents themselves will get destroyed. The Japanese Imperial Army at that time was very innovative. After the Geneva Protocol, they realized the value of biological weapons and they started developing different innovations. To give you one example of the Japanese bombs, they developed they modified their Uji 50 type 50 bombs into biological weapons. How? If you spread the bacteria or viruses on a population, or airdrop on a population, very few people will die. Ideally, what should happen is the biological agent needs to be injected inside a body, right? To give you an example, how did plague happen? When you get to know about plague is when you see the rats dropping dead. And the fleas on the bodies of the rats, they used to bite humans, and humans used to get infected. That is the technique the Japanese used to develop those bombs. These Type 50 Uji bombs, they used to carry 30,000 plague-infested fleas with a rat as in-flight meal. And they used to carry these bombs to population, drop in that population, particularly in Manchuria, in China at that time. So this is the Japanese innovation which actually made biological weapons more effective. When we talk about the Second World War, we usually talk about the Nazis and all sorts
Gas
of war
chambers,
crime, gas chambers, Nuremberg trials. But very few people know about Unit 731. Why? The question comes only to those people who go out and read about Unit 731. Because the technology of developing these weapons was too precious for the Western allies and later on even Soviet Union to let go of it. So there was this ethics and morals were pushed under the carpet. This compromise was made, and those senior scientists of Unit 731, they were given pardon for all the war crimes they conducted. All the technology was transported to the United States. Many of the scientists went to United States, just like Operation Paperclip. Those people lived happily in United States without facing any war crime trials. Similarly, the Soviet Union also realized the value. They conducted a namesake trial called Khabarovsk war crime trials, and they also did the deal with the Japanese scientists. That's how the Cold War actually started. Apart from the other arms races, the biological arms race was also
Part of the Cold War game.
equally important.
And how far the entire the institutionalization of this weaponization program, either through uh, pharmaceutical companies or through industry and the various innovation, the technology part of it, and the finance part of it, because that also plays a very, very important role. So how did it evolve in the post Second World War phase?
The difference between other weapons systems and biological weapons is that it's very difficult to trace the biological weapons manufacturing facilities. A manufacturing facility which manufactures, say, for example, chemical weapons, it's very difficult to hide that. Whereas a biological weapons facility can have a facade of a biological manufacturing unit or a pharma unit or a diagnostic institution.
Like Wuhan lab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that plausible deniability features as a prominent feature of biological weapons everywhere you go. So, just to give you another example of Soviet Union of that time, 1975, there was this outbreak of anthrax in Sverdlovsk, and many people died at that time. And later on, after the investigation, the Western powers, of course, were looking out for details, and they found out that anthrax was a weaponized strain of anthrax. And that particular place from where it was released, it was accidental release, and it was actually a bioweapons grade anthrax manufacturing unit.